Hey, Tom. Right, what are we at?
Well,
That's Tom again. We're doing a bit of blackthorn. Blackthorn, Tom, isn't it?
we're at the blackthorn here today.
Right, blackthorn stick.
We have a customer and he reckons his hand's too here, the hand's too big.
Right.
So we're trying to knock it down a bit.
Tom, you're a jack of all trades.
I don't like the blackthorn one.
Why?
It's too close to a ferric realm, you know. I don't particularly like it. If you check out the history of
Aye,
the
there is a fairy element to it.
There's
Isn't
a
there?
darkness element about it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
Only I have tree sticks up in the house.
I can't really prove that. But I could, but I don't really want it on here, you know.
Yeah. Well, there is a bit of folklore about it, right?
There's an Irish folklore on the Irish side, looking all.
Aye. Do you know what it might be? Is what it was used for, Tom. That's where the badness comes out of it.
Well,
And it was used for cracking skulls. That's being honest. That's what it was. It was a weapon, you know.
is this too big, really?
Oh, I have one. That same fella made that for me. He made me one. He had it. It's like a
That's what it was used for back in time.
Aye,
You
but
know.
they're called
Shillelaghs.
no, but they're another name. Knob sticks or something.
Yeah.
Well, this is a full blackthorn stick.
Yeah. Oh, aye, that's. But even that one would have been used for that.
Well, you see,
That's
whenever
the idea, the big
whenever
ball
I was
top.
away one Sunday, there was a man, and it was a white shark at the time. He went down them fields over there. There's a fairy tree down there, and he was gathering sticks for the fire, and he never came back. Somebody went looking for him, and they found him lying dead on the fairy tree. Now, whether he's taking sticks off the tree or what, or whether he just died there, but it caused a wild sensation at the time, you know. And that fairy tree's still sitting there, and nobody touches it.
I wouldn't go near a fairy tree,
You know.
because I was told by the old people to stay away from it. So
See, this is a fairy
that's
wood.
good enough for me.
This is a fairy wood, and if you look at the history of them, the darkness about them, you know.
There was a father and son down the country, Tom, and they got the son. There was a fairy ring, you know, the moats that they had, the fairy rings. And the father told him, he says, never touch any of the timber inside there, pull out any of them trees. He said, leave them alone, it's there for hundreds of years and not doing you any harm. Because he had a habit of pulling and dragging at it, Tom. And the cattle went in around there and things, you know. So the father warned him and warned him. So nothing to do the young lad. And he got into the tractor one day and said, oh, that old tree is in the road there. And tied it on, tied a big chain onto it, started dragging it out. Now, his father had told him hundreds and maybe thousands of times, leave well enough alone, like, don't touch that tree, it's doing no harm. He tied her on anyway and tied the chain on around it and reversed the tractor in and pulled at this tree.
See, that still need more out here.
But anyway, to cut a long story short, Tom,
Aye? More?
No, that's dead on. That was just too big from my hand.
We're good at taking it out, we're not so good at putting it on.
but to cut a long story short, Tom, that tree never come up. But what did was the chain come loose or somewhere or whatever and flash back and took the head clean off it.
Oh my goodness.
And so when people like that, old people tell you to live well enough alone, you'll be safe for living it
Live
alone.
it alone, you know. And I don't want to come across sort of morbid about it, but I know a whole lot of history about the fairy woods and all that, you know, and I've studied it, but you have to make your own mind about things, not telling.
Yeah, believe you me, they're not Tinkerbell fairies, they're thinking of the Walt Disney crowd ever.
Well,
These are a different entity altogether, like.
The fairies, apparently they made a man too, the fairies is a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I was telling you? He was in the bus running and the boy was waving out and they said there's nobody there and the bus leader said, oh no, you have to acknowledge them as a violent.
Yeah.
Freak the man out of it.
Yeah.
Now, there is a lot of stories, and I could prove it, but I don't really want to unless somebody really struck to find out more, you know.
But Tom, there's thousands and thousands of stories, like, you know, in relation to fairy trees and blackthorns and.
About 4 or 5 years ago, I was working in the house and the man had a lovely view, and he was chatting about cutting down a fairy, more of a bush. And he says, I said, God, there's some view there, you know. He says, except for that old bush there. And I said, oh, what about it? He says, I'm thinking of taking it away. And he says, I asked the clergyman The crazy man says, just leave it alone, because he says, my father was in his 50s, he was as strong as a bull, and he says he was involved in cutting down a fairy tree, and he died the next day. Could have been coincidence.
Yeah.
So he says, if I would do that, I'd just leave it. The man still wasn't happy, and he took a young plaster, and the plaster, he says, I'll give you £50 if you cut it down. And the young plaster said, give me a saw, you know. He said, before I give you a saw, you might want to phone home and all that. A lot of people wouldn't cut it down. The young fella didn't know, you know.
Yeah.
So the farmer, he explained it, and the man, he kind of chickened out of it then. The both of them kind of said, no, just leave it, you know. And then, but he says to me, and I went out and I looked at the tree, and I stood and I looked at it, and I got so into it that I looked at a man in England that would know more about it than me. And he's into books, and he's very well dressed and all them things. And he sent back a lovely letter. It was along the line, the tree stands as a witness to the struggles of the family. And cutting it down, you only cut down your enemy, you don't cut down parts of the family, and the tree becomes nearly part of the family.
Right, makes sense.
So, and as I watched the whole episode of the woman taking over the farm after the father died and leaving a couple of cubs, young, you know, a couple of sons. And so the next thing was, I went back to the farmer, and I got him a book going back into the history of the fairies, going back maybe 100 years old, you know. And he was over the mountain. And then, but the tree still standing, you know, because you only cut down your enemy, you don't cut down your friends. Or you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know. And like the farmer was very happy with the whole thing, you know. Plus the fact that he got a book that he could sit and study himself, you know. But even your man, William Butler Yeats, one was under all that, you know. Some of his books are a bit, you know, a bit arty for me, you know, but like all them writers and all them boys was under. But now,
But Tom, it's all part of that Celtic tradition,
well,
isn't it?
it's all part of our
The Druids
folklore
and folklore and
all.
but like, and as I
Some of
said,
it you can't prove, like, but there's some of it, you know.
well, there's enough evidence there to
like,
prove that.
Why is a bit of the road got an accident, black spot? And people say because people drive very fast, you know, they drive very fast in all the parts of the road. There's only a certain part, you know. And there's reasons for that I know, because I've looked into it and read up about it, just out of curiosity. Maybe I'm just curious, you know.
Not that you're curious, Tom. I think we're all into that.
Well, whenever I was young, I was curious, and I'm probably even more curious now, you know. But then I just wonder why these things are like that.
But these old people didn't tell you for the good of you. Well, they did tell you for the good of your health to live well enough alone, like.
There's ghost stories and all the keepies near home. But growing up here in the grave 50 years ago, 60 years ago, it's strange. I'm only 20. On a good day, I'm only 28. On a bad day, I'm 30th. There were no lights, and there were failure lights. Everything was very dark. You know, there was no street lights, there was no nothing. And when you're walking from here to the van, you were. I'll get that in a minute. Can't be too good with the man saying. And the thing is, like, them ghost stories is probably to keep you know. Some of the ghost stories here are absolute nonsense.
Oh, I know.
They were one over where Lorna Valentine now.
That band,
There's a woman there with 2 gates, and they tell me on the phone one night you go a woman from the one gate, and she's alright, she was in the gate, the other gate, she was back, and she was back, her head's on the arm, she's carrying her head.
you see,
I know what you mean.
you see down the hole down there, see, that man got a boy with his head on his arm, and that was man back before I figured out he couldn't see where he was going if his head was on his arm. So I said, you know.
Some was bad.
There's someone you can explain. I remember coming up that road one night, I was about 14 and I was fooling the night in the dark, and it was very dark in them days, and the trees on the hole, it was rough, and I was coming along and I heard this noise, and I said, hello, and of course, nothing, and then I heard it again, and I said, there's a cow coming on behind the hedge there, you know. And I said, hello, and then went quiet again. And all of a shot, there was a height in the ground, a boy fell out of the ditch stealing a bag of potatoes. And I was trying to live out of him, and he was trying to live out of me.
See, you used to remember when John Hamilton lived at the big house, the railings, with the dog, like that, down the back of us.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, yes.
was it this metal fence? But this night and night, they were paying us, and we had no money for both of us. So we went to Strabane Saturday night to the picture. But the film was the Hounds of Vassarov.
Yeah.
So we come out and we decided that too many of us said a lot would divide into two sections.
Divide up.
So we end up first, you see, and we come to Hamilton's Corner. And these two boys, they're both on dead saying, he says, get in here, man, behind the fence. We hear the other boys come up, and this boy, you got, oh, like a, so the boys run. The boy run down Forbes Lane, down along the river, through the cricket pitch up home, but he went to his bed.
Yeah.
But we all got to say, Nancy, we couldn't, one man mustn't. Someone says, he headed down the river. We all got torches. Now, this is about now about 2 o'clock in the morning. We headed down the river looking for him. We'd never seen him. Next morning, Sunday, he was coming to church. Some of us, here we go. Oh, I run down there up them fields, was my dad, you guys were still searching for me.
You thought he'd run into the river or something?
Somebody thought he'd run in the river in the dark, you see.
You get all of that, people.
Well, there was another one then, Tom, I don't know if you ever heard of him, Jack the Lantern. Was another character in Irish history, Irish folklore.
You could put him in for the vanish.
Oh, that's quite good. It was too lumpy for my hand.
Give us a look now.
And I use it.
Oh, that's nice there. And you put a nice...
There's a man worked with me, and I used to get a lot home and all the time it was wet night. Nearly every Christmas he set one of them under my desk, a blackthorn stick.
Is that right? Fair play, eh?
No, maybe every other Christmas, and I have a whole lot on. But it was a wee bit lumpy and it was a wee bit long. I had to cut a bit out. Oh, it was a way up.
That's a better job now.
That's a better, that's
You better grip it.
Well, Gavin,
Gavin, what's happening? We're talking about the fairies today. That's the topic of
You
conversation.
need to move your bike, apparently. You've blocked on the fairies. The fairies is interfering here.
Have I blocked somebody in here?
You're
Right. No matter, alright. Come here, Tom. That hosted. Right. Over and out. Enough for the fairies this week.
Bye-bye.
Right up. Have this.